It is a beautiful day at the Royal Malewane, and I just got off of a game drive. And Chef Nathan here is going to take me on a tour of the herb garden. This is pretty new. They just built this last year. So Nathan, tell us about the herb garden.
Well, as you can see, a lot of the produce that we've been using when you saw the garnishes and your guests were inquiring about the garnishes that we have on the plates, a lot of it comes from this garden. So rosemary, basil, thyme, just everything you can find, as well as all the flowers in the rooms, in the pot plants. We utilize what comes out of the garden and use it down in the lodge as the main area. So it's a good experiment to work on, and eventually we would like to use more of the produce coming out of the garden to kind of facilitate the lodge. But it's just great to get away sometimes, to come and walk around the garden and be in some peaceful, quiet area.
So this is where you hide.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay, well, let's take a look at some of these wonderful plants. I think that I recognize some of these from our dinner last night.
Nasturtiums, which very edible. And as you can see, we're basically working on a lot of schemes. There's over 300 rose bushes in this area.
Oh my!
And we've just finished pruning, so we're going to now restart them again. And then we have, as we walk through, I'll show you through.
Okay.
Just your basic lavenders. A lot of the flowering we use as in garnishing, as well as for pot plants and things. In the hothouse over here, we've just had basically your tomatoes on the vine. We have some aubergines. We have our lovely lettuce leaves, and these are the lettuce that we use on the plates every day in your salads and everything, and they're just great. What I love most about this bush is it's a gooseberry, and the natural gooseberry, when it comes through, it turns lovely yellow, and I think we put that in your dessert last night, didn't we?
I think maybe I might recognize that, yes.
So, as you can see, we use a lot of the produce that we can out of here, and it's a work in progress. It's actually great to be involved. You can see some beetroot growing over there, and it's just fun to come up here and be able to pick your own foliage, your own herbs, your own fresh lettuce leaves, and then finalize it on the plate is the best thing.
Right. So, Gourmet Travel Club members, you'd allow them in your secret garden?
We would.
Oh, good.
But we'll have to put them to work for it.
Oh, good. I think that they would enjoy doing that. So.
Your different salad leaves, which the lovely thing about them is, as you see the stems come up, they just drop their seeds and they re-sprout and they regrow again. So, you kind of let them take their own course. And you have your different types. Butter lettuce, you have the icebergs. It's just wonderful. It's really great.
Yeah.
You'll see down here we have a strange story about the spinach. This is New Zealand spinach, and it is actually the true spinach. So all the other spinaches you see are a family of spinach, and this small leaf one is the actual genuine spinach that you get. So when people are saying we have spinach on the menu, as long as it's not New Zealand spinach, it's not a true spinach.
Well, I had a feeling that was in my omelet this morning.
It was.
It was.
It was
so good.
So you can see the leaves are a lot shorter and a lot thicker. You've got fennel bulb growing down here. So what we've done is we've lined the rose bushes with all the vegetables that we have, just to kind of create some space to it. Some more spinach here, it grows really well. You'll see as we move along, some perennial basil comes up. We've got some chives, some leeks.
What are some of the most common vegetables that people use the most in Southern African cooking?
Butternut.
Okay.
Carrots, spinach. The local kind of food would be like morogo, which is almost similar to a spinach, cooked the same process. Zucchini is also very common, or courgettes, very common in cuisine. And of course potato is the staple diet. So you have all your different varietals, but those are the key ingredients that you would find in local dishes.
Right. So if our clients might be interested in some of the more regional African dishes, like the poiki pots and things like that, you'd be able to talk to them about that as well.
Exactly. And those are the main ingredients that you would find in those Pacific dishes.
Now, how do you pronounce? Is it boboti or boboti?
Bobotie.
Bobotie, okay.
Exactly.
I've made that for years because I had it the first time I came to Southern Africa and I fell in love with it. So do you have a special recipe for bobotie?
We do, and the beauty of it all is with our guests, we always give him the opportunity to ask us for any specific recipes, which we're quite happy to hand over and give him to him, because it's so much nice to have somebody leave here and go back home and try and prepare it, and you know, prepare it to the standard that they've just, you know, had to put on the table. And it's nice when you get an email from somebody saying, I tried your recipe and it worked out so well.
It worked.
Exactly. So, you know, that's the joy in the job.
Exactly.
I'll take you down the bottom here. We've just started a new area that we've just done. So these are all zucchini, so you can see a little flower that comes up from here. I'll go across it.
Oh, a little wild African animal just popped on his hand.
The different type of cabbage that we have. You'll see these are all in the flower pots that we use. These are all green beans.
Oh yeah.
And you know, mange too, we get to cook with it. It's just awesome.
And they are organic, so I don't have to worry about eating some pesticides.
Exactly. We don't use any pesticides here because of the fact that we're very nature conservation.
Right.
So no, definitely not. And you'll see just a whole bunch of different flowering that's going to pop up here, and you know, just work in progress. As I said to you, we're going to be starting a new manure kind of patch for fertilizers, so we will be utilizing this in the garden as we're going along. So giving back to what we're taking from it, really. It's just, yeah,
so is all of that just going to be, is that compost pile going to be vegetable matter, or are you going to use any of the
We're going to use a vegetable. We're going to use a vegetable matter in here, and we're going to create earthworms to generate it and turn it over and to make it work. So yeah, definitely.
Great.
So we're going to build it off and cage it in, kind of a thing.
This is fantastic. I think I'm going to stay here instead of going on the game drive tonight. Nathan, thank you so much for the tour of the herb garden. And Gourmet Travel Club members, you have to come here. This, once in your life at least, you have to come to the Royal Malewane. Once you've seen this place, you will just be amazed.